Okay, quick recap. This morning's one shot, one kill. Took a trade first thing just after the open, 57.75 just here. Had a bunch of blue professional bars just gathering under a resistance kind of level. That's a gathering pattern to me. We had a little bit of weakness initially, and then big strong kind of blue professional bar broke the highs of that blue professional bar, kind of kept on going. We broke into an uptrend pullback to end of trend, kind of overshot that with the news release factory orders at 9 AM just with an exhaustion kind of move here. So trigger to get into this trade was this kind of setup, just waiting for an explosive kind of move. Going up to the 1500 tip bar chart, I'm always kind of wary of trend changes that don't have kind of exhaustion buying during the day. We'd had exhaustion buying at the end of yesterday and had some weakness, but we hadn't retraced very much, and it was a pretty quiet kind of overnight session. And then we were kind of setting up just at the open, just hanging around the highs just above this resistance level here on the 1500 tip bar chart, just waiting for that kind of break. We've now had this move from that kind of 59 type level up to 64s. We've now had exhaustion buying, bearish divergence, another exhaustion buying pattern kind of coming with all these blue professional bars at the highs. So that's potentially setting up, after we have pullback to end of trend on this time frame, for potentially a change in trend, a reversal type day. But that was again kind of the key, a little bit of a gathering, all those blue professional bars right at the open, just hanging around the highs and sitting above that resistance level. On the 4500 tip bar chart, we were making pullback to end of trend, but end of trend hadn't gone off yet. And so normally when we have kind of a cyclical resistance level coinciding with an end of trend move on the 500 tip bar chart, when they line up together, that's kind of nice. This one printed a little bit early, should really have printed kind of up here, kind of coinciding with that end of trend on the 500 tip bar chart. But again, this hadn't yet gone off when I entered that trade right on the open, and so I was just kind of waiting for some kind of move to do that. So on the 4500 tip bar chart, we've now had, with this kind of last move up, all these blue professional bars coming into those highs at 64. The previous high at around 62, 62.25 had been kind of the explosive move we had at the end of last week, and so that kind of high point was around there is a good place where people will be thinking about kind of reversing. There'll be stops that have been run and maybe potential to reverse here. So we've got a flush pattern just kind of gone off here. So potentially we're looking at a reversal day off. We put in pullback to end of trend. I'll kind of see what it turns out when I see it in the morning for me, because I'm going to my bed. But anyway, that was the setup for today's trade, and then the exit was just waiting for that. It was actually, for me, on the 1500 tip bar chart, pro signal exit, where I got out at 63.75, just holding through that news release, just get that last kind of little pop. I was kind of a point short of my target, and that was the best place to kind of get out. After that, we kind of went a little bit further, but we kind of settled back in. So rather than playing around trying to find that kind of high point and maximize that gain, I'd rather be out on this kind of explosive mood and be done. So it was a pro signal exit, which is exhaustion buying, blue professional bar kind of coming in at the same time, signaling like a left shoulder of this move, and we'll put in a pullback to end of trend, which will be kind of the head of that move, and then a right shoulder, and then kind of hopefully a change into a downtrend. Anyway, so there we go. Hope you traded well. Just tag on this day trade after this. Just long 59.75, long 59.75, and just checking the stops and targets. Reason for getting long, a little bit of a gathering here, blue professional bars kind of hanging around the highs. We've got to make pullback to end of trend on the 4500 tip bar chart here, but usually that's done with a trend move on the 500 tip bar chart here. And so I'm just thinking this is going to break out into a trend move above kind of 60, go for a little bit of an exhaustion move, and make that end of trend signal on the 4500 tip bar chart. It's it's almost like a little bit of a wedge pattern here, and we're just holding above resistance on 1500 tip bar chart. Another blue professional bar here. So this is a little gathering, just kind of waiting for a little pop. Hopefully into that trend move. So just long 59.75. Well, we just dropped off down to 57.75, and supports held. 500 tip bar chart kind of coming back up to the range. It's minus 6,000, so there's quite a lot of selling going on there. This will be pullback to end of trend. So well, we're coming back up to the top of the range. maybe we'll try and kind of break through. Okay, there's a long blue professional bar. If we hold above the lows of that, potentially we're going into another move above 60, but if we break down, if it's a blue professional up bar and kind of breaking down, I'll reverse and go short. It's quite a lot of selling there. We could have just temporarily exhausted the sellers before going for a pop. We had exhaustion buying at the end of yesterday, but we've not gone anywhere much since, so they're just waiting for today. Here we go, we're trying 360s now. Blue professional up bar, so just going for this breakout. That's could be jumping the creek. Let's just wait for these lows. If the lows get broken, that was kind of a last push and we're going down, but let's just see. Here we go, just got the break, popped above 60, ran a few stops. So we're above resistance here on 500. This is probably going to go for a little trend break. I mean, we're above resistance on 1500, so this is going to run a little bit till we get exhaustion patterns now. So that was just a pretty, that was a fairly deep retrace, but just getting rid of the sellers, kind of going the other way now. So let's keep going, please. We just had a little bit of weakness with Rambo patterns, kind of amateur up bars here, just kind of stalled a little bit, didn't go anywhere, but now we're breaking up nicely. 6150s, getting a little bit exponential 4000s on better momentum. Not huge readings yet, but expecting just to blow off. The higher we go, the more kind of stops hopefully will start to run. There's exhaustion buying on 500, not a huge reading though. So we're just holding here around 61s. No blue fractional bars, completely level pattern here. Market doesn't likes to break through those. No blue fractional bars, no exhaustion on better momentum 1500s, 8:50 AM. We've got factory orders at 9 AM. Previous high over the last kind of day and a half was 62.25, so we're just inches away from that. So I'm sure there'll be some technical weakness around that level, but then surely there'll be stops to run. So I think I'm going to hold through the number, see what happens. Just wait and see. Blue fractional bar on 500 tip bar chart. First one at the highs. Well, we got the break to 62. Pullback and an uptrend's gone off on the 500 tip bar chart. Expecting a bit of a bigger reading on 1500. It's kind of explosive, so 62.25 is that kind of magic number. Found a little bit of weakness there temporarily. 8:54 AM. So let's see. Not got far to travel. Take me out at 63.75, but just need that extra juice. Here we go, pullback, end of trend's gone off. We've got to 63. Exhaustion buying 7,000 on better momentum here. All these blue professional bars. Just looking for a final push up to 63.75 to get out here on this kind of rush at the moment. All these blue professional bars. Want to be out on this left shoulder rather than hanging around. 8:56 AM. And exhaustion buying 1500 and pro single exit kind of go off here. Blue professional bars. Still hoping for a little bit of a jump above 63, but we're just coming out to this number, so I'm getting a little bit nervous. Go, just taking out 63.75. Excellent for 4. One shot, one kill. Well, and not sure if the number's out, but we just had a little bit of a spike above this end of trend signal here. We've got this pro signal exit, so that's the place for me to be out on any kind of left shoulder. Looks a bit parabolic here at the moment, so good. Setup for this was kind of this little bit of gathering here, that we hadn't had kind of on the pullback to end of trend move. We hadn't seen a proper pullback to end of trend on the 500 tip bar chart. So there we go. We've got all these blue professional bars kind of rising into this 64 level. So and on the 1500 tip bar chart, okay, bearish divergence just kind of come in there. So excellent, good place to be out, and probably retrace a little bit into the pullback level on the 1500 tip bar chart and then kind of finish this off. But That's good. Excellent. Well, where it goes today, don't know, because we had, over the last day, we had pullback 200 trend on the 4500 tip bar chart. We had pullback 200 trend on the 13,500 tip bar chart. We're above resistance here, so still asking this question if we're in this uptrend, or is this just kind of finishing off the last of this move and we're going to reverse, go the other way. Don't know. So it's Tuesday, 3rd July. I think it's a half-day trade today. So it's still up at 64s. Half-day trade today, and then it's going to be pretty light for the rest of the week, I think. So who knows what I'm going to do over the next couple of days. Going to take it easy. Anyway, hope you traded well today.